Hello bookworms! Today I'm going to be doing my video of my 2019 reading goals. I am really excited about the list of goals that I put together for myself for the coming year. I kind of had like a bit of a struggle in my reading year in 2018. I definitely read a lot, which I'm glad about. Like, I didn't do a bad job of that. Like, that was fine. But I think I was just struggling as a reader because I was kind of changing and I had a lot of things going on in my personal life. And I feel like I'm in a much better place now than I was before I moved, pretty much. So I feel like I've got my routine down. I feel like I'm up for doing some things that will definitely challenge me and kind of take me outside of my comfort zone. So I put together a list of 10 challenges for myself. I'm not really participating in any group reading challenges that a lot of bloggers put on and stuff. I know that I have done that in the past, but I thought it would be fun to just set personal goals for myself. Obviously, you guys can totally join or do whatever you want to, but it's not like I'm not like hosting anything. These are just my personal goals. The first thing that I want to do is either read or finish reading a completed series. So a series where all of the books are already out, whether it's a series where I have maybe read all of them and I only have one book left, or if it is a series where the last book is coming out in the year of 2019, or if there's a series that I haven't even started but is a completed series and I end up loving it. I want to just read through the last book in a series, just complete it, take it off my list. My second and third goal kind of go hand in hand. So I typically tend to read a very even amount of fantasy and contemporary, except 2018 was quite the exception. I read more than double the amount of fantasy than I did contemporary. I kind of rekindled my love of contemporaries toward the latter half of the year. My second goal is I want to read a total of 40 fantasy books, and my third goal is that I want to read a total of 40 contemporary books. I want to get back on that same page where I have an even number between the two genres. Goal number 4 is that I want to participate in a total of 4 readathons throughout the year. Whether I do one per quarter or however they tend to fall, I just know that I want to participate in at least 4 of them because I think they're a really good opportunity to get excited, to connect with the community, and to really like push yourself to read. I didn't participate in as many readathons as I had wanted to last year, but I really love like watching everyone's TBRs for them and seeing all of their wrap-ups and stuff, and I just want to be a part of it, so I'm doing it. Goal number 5 is gonna be a very challenging one for me, and it is also readathon based. So basically, I want to participate in a 24-hour readathon. This is a big deal because I really enjoy my sleep. I wish that I didn't have to sleep. If I didn't have to sleep, I would be a very happy person. But I tend to like not be able to function unless I get enough sleep every night. Like I just need it. I'm just one of those people that need it. This will be something like totally outside of my comfort zone, but I've really wanted to do it for so long. I just couldn't see myself doing it when I already had that exhaustion of commuting. But now that that is off of my plate, I think that I could make it happen. One of the ways that I'm going to try to do it, like one of the ways that will help motivate me, is that Andrew also wants to do like a 24-hour gaming type thing. So we would essentially have our athons coincide. We could try to motivate each other to stay awake. He really doesn't need help staying awake. He'll just be up the whole night and he'll be, telling me to stay awake. So that's how I'm planning on completing that one. Goal number 6 is that I want to attend a total of 15 book signings. Again, now that I'm not worrying about commuting, I really want to take advantage of as much as I possibly can, go to as many book events in New York City as I possibly can. I set a goal of 15 for myself, although I might end up adjusting it to be a little bit higher because so far there are already 3 book signings that I'm planning on attending just in January alone. Number 7 on my list is to read 6 Owlcrate books, whether they are past or present. So whether they're books that have come out in Owlcrates throughout 2019 or whether they are 6 backlist Owlcrate books that I maybe haven't gotten around to yet but have been sitting on my TBR for way too long. Number 8 is something a little bit different. I want to make it a goal to read at least 2 coffee table books. And by coffee table books, I mean those giant, beautiful books that are full of gorgeous photographs, but they're just too big to carry around and read. Now that I have more time at home at my apartment, I thought that it would be a good idea to try to read them because I tend to be a sucker for those. Like anytime that an oversized Harry Potter book comes out, I buy it. Have I read any of them? Nope. I really want to. Like, I buy them with the intention of reading them. I just haven't because I'm not going to carry something like that around with me. That's really something that needs to be read at home. So I thought it would be fun to challenge myself to read at least 2 of them. Hopefully more, but at least 2. Number 9 is that I want to read a total of 6 classic books. So last year, Alexa and I had a classics challenge and we were planning on reading 1 classic per month. Both of us failed miserably. I want to say I only read 3 classics, I think, in 2018, which is less classics than I read the year before when I was not challenging myself to read them. So that I was really disappointed in myself with, but like I said, I had a very weird reading year in 2018. In 2019, I want to rectify that, but I'm not going to try to force myself into reading 1 per month. I thought maybe 1 every 2 months would be a more attainable goal. I already have a bunch of them in mind that I want to read, and I might make a separate video about that if you're interested in knowing the classics that I plan on reading this year. And lastly, number 10 is my annual goal that I do every single year, and it is to take part in the Goodreads reading challenge. I think it's like one of the best ways to keep track of what you've been reading, keep track of your ratings. It's really fun for me to see like that progress bar go up throughout the year. So I always set my reading goal to 100 books because for me that is a very attainable number. I always want to go above and beyond that 100, but as long as I hit that 100 mark, I am very happy with myself and my reading. So my stretch goal would be more like 135-ish is really what I'm hoping for, but I always set my goal at that 100 because I don't like having too much stress, but I do like having a little bit of stress, if that makes sense. Actually, I just impulsively thought of an 11th goal for myself, and that one is to make sure that I am maintaining my reading bullet journal throughout the year. I really think that I'm going to because I am so excited about my layout and I feel like I have a really good monthly system set up. I made a separate video about my bullet journal, like an update, which you guys have been asking for quite a while, so hopefully you will watch and enjoy that. I'm not sure if it's out at the time of this video, but look for it soon if it's not already there, and if it is, I'll link it down below. But yeah, those are the 11 goals that I have set for myself. I am fully confident that I will be able to complete them. It's just a matter of holding myself accountable, and I also think that like sticking with my bullet journal will be one of the things that help motivate me to attain these goals because I'll see them constantly and I'll be like, I need to check off this box. I am like one of those people that lives by lists, so it like is just the most satisfying thing in the world to me to be able to like check something off or like color something in. It like makes my day. Probably more than it should, but that's just my personality. But yeah, let me know what some of your reading goals are for 2019. I always think it's so interesting to find out what people are challenging themselves to do. Maybe hopefully by listening to my goals, you have been inspired to challenge yourself with something that you maybe hadn't thought of before. I hope that you enjoyed this video. That's all that I have for this one, and I will see you guys soon in a new one. Bye!